Okay, very good morning, dear Invitee Safety Circle members. It's been a pleasure to meet you all once again for Industrial Empowerment session by Invitee. This month, we are going to start a new session based on key techniques for defensive driving. Yes, the January month is going to be one of the very important. It's going to be a more important thing which we are going to talk about. What is defensive driving? How this defensive driving is going to be more useful for our employees, not only for the commercial drivers. Nowadays, this defensive driving or defensive driver is a need for every home, and every people needs to know who is going to drive. What is defensive driving is. So I hope this January we are going to start with the celebration of Road Safety Week, and I've been wishing you all that all our employees have been knowing this, and they have been celebrating, and they have been knowing their road safety, and we have been going to contribute to the zero accidents in our society. So with this, we have been starting our first session on this January 2023. And I like to contribute. I like to thank the Invitee Training Wing and Invitee CSR Wing who have been given this wonderful opportunity, and also this Invitee CSR week has been planned to cover 50 schools on this defensive driving in the month of Jan 2023. With this defensive driver, okay, who is a defensive driver? Why this defensive driving is? In earlier days, whenever we are going to take the session on this, we have been talking on safe drivers or road safety. But now we are going to talk about defensive drivers, because road safety, yes, road safety is one part. The next part is about defensive drivers. What is defensive drivers? Why defensive drivers are much needed for this 2025 era? Defensive driving is a set of driving skills and strategies which helps to recognize the unanticipated is most important thing. Most of the road accident victim, when you have been going to discuss with them, they would have been told, and they will tell to you that I drove a very right way. My driving skills is good, but the opposite person or the person who's been driving from that end, he have been not follow the rules and regulation. That is the reason we have been met with the accident. So, right. The same way you can also able to feel that. So defensive driving is nothing but defensive driving is nothing but a set of driving skills. First, you have to understand what is the skills needed for driving. Very good. Next, you are going to ensure that you are going to recognize the unanticipated risk. How we are going to recognize it? The next one is going to be you are going to take decisions based on this too. So defensive driving is going to be the three part. First part, yes, most of us, we are going to cover, most of the training programs will cover the first part, telling about what is the rules, regulations, good. But what is the method or what is the strategies we have been using to ensure the unanticipated, how we are going to ensure that our drivers have been having a strategies to anticipate, to recognize the risk in the roads. So that is going to be, because the both thing is most important. Skill is important. The next way is going to be what is the strategies, how we are going to empower your people regarding recognition of the risk. That is most important thing. So we are going to talk about the skills needed for the defensive drivers. The skills needed for the defensive drivers, we have been listed out. First one is rules and regulation. Yes, we are going to concentrate on this part. Next one is neural subtracts of driving behavior. That's most important thing. And also this is one of the research, our INVIT research wing is doing on driving skills. Yes, everyone knows the rules and regulation, but why we can't be able to follow it? But why we can't be able to ensure the sustainability in following the driving skill? No, which is not happening. So how we are going to make them neural part? How we are going to ensure that neurologically it is going to be tuned? The rules and regulation is going to be tuned. The next one is proactive identification of 360-degree hazards while driving. How you are going to ensure? I will give you a glimpse about this two part. Neural substance, what we are going to do is, whenever we are going to conduct the session in the physical mode, we will ensure that neurologically that all the things is going to be incorporated to the drivers, and there will be a 5 sensors. The training will be given in the 5 sensory part to ensure that my behavior towards driving is safe in all the condition, all the place, and all the time. The next one is proactive identification. How my sensors is going to be incorporated with this proactive identification of 360-degree hazard. These two things are more important, my dear friends, because without this, without this two part, you can't be able to tell that I am a defensive driver at all. How well you are going to identify this? Are we having a clear understanding of identification of hazards? So this three part going to be ensuring that yes, we are very good safe drivers or defensive drivers. So we are going to talk about driving rules and regulations as a part. Whenever you are going to understand the concept, whenever you want to be a defensive drivers, the first and most important thing is road signs and road markings. Both the things are different. I hope you can able to understand this. Road sign is different and road marking is different. Both the things have been having some objective points. What is road signs? Road signs have been divided into 3 basic categories: regulatory, warning, and guide sign. Is it right? I think I think many of us would have been asked that what is the road sign? What is the use of road sign? Why is the road sign? My dear friends, road sign is a part of administrative control. As you are having administrative control in your factories, in your industry, in your institutions, same way this road signs is having each particular objectives. So there are 3 parts of road sign. The first one is regulatory. The second one is warning. The third one and the last one is guiding signs. Each one will have its own objective and will have this one color. The most important thing, starting from white, yellow, and green. White is going to give you a regulatory basis. White is going to be giving you a kind of regulatory basis. Yellow is going to give you a caution or a warning message. And the last one is going to give you, green is going to give you a kind of information or guidance. So as we saw, there are 3 types of road signs: regulatory, warning, and guide. Regulatory is going to be in the white color. Warning is going to be in a yellow color. And the last one is the green, is going to be in the form of information. So whenever you have been looking the signs of different signs in the roadside, make sure that you have been recalling it, and I hope you can able to ensure you can able to connect that what is the purpose of that sign? What is the purpose of the sign? Coming to this, the regulatory signs. Regulatory signs, my dear friends, what is regulatory sign? As I told you, the background will be in the white color and with the different things. It's going to be, the background is going to be in the white color and with red back. Red circle. What is going to be indicated? What is indicating this? Where regulatory signs is nothing but it is a mandatory sign. Regulatory sign is a mandatory sign. What is mandatory sign? So it has to be. It has to be. In any given condition, you have to follow this without any violation. Regulatory means statutory, compulsory. Any given situation, you have to do this and you have to follow this. That is known as regulatory sign. The next one is warning sign. Next one is warning sign. What is warning sign? Warning sign is going to give you some information regarding, it may be a kind of animal crossing. It may be a kind of deviation. It may be a kind of bicycle. It may be going to give you a information regarding two-way. So it's going to give you a warning sign which I have to know that what is going to come. So you can able to see a lot of warning signs with a yellow background. This indicates it's a warning signs for us. The next one is guiding sign. As I told you, yes, would have been saw this after this EV vehicle, this kind of symbols. Okay, this kind of symbols we can able to see some part of our city. It ensures that it is going to be the recharging session, it is going to be the airport nearby, it is going to be the hospital nearby. So these are the three important things which you have to understand, and which you have to sign that, which you have to ensure that why, what is the purpose of this particular site. The next, we are going to have the color psychology. I think color psychology is one of the very interesting thing. Why these colors have been there? Why the colors have been there? As I told you, for statutory sign, the color is being given as the red color. What is the purpose of the red color? Red color is going to give you a kind of warning, and it's going to give you, it's going to be a strong and powerful masculine energy. So it has to be, suppose it has to be in 100%, we have to follow this. Okay, that is why psychologically the warning signs, they are going to give you a white and red background. That is the reason. The next one is going to be the yellow sign. Yellow sign, yes, is going to give you some warnings. What is the warnings? It's going to give you some energies to ensure that how optimistically, by seeing this, by understanding this, how optimistically I can able to drive. Why this signs? Okay, my dear friends, I can able to come back again, and I can able to ensure that you have to be more clear on this. Why this signs, my dear friends? Why this signs? All this regulatory warning, guiding signs. What is the purpose of it? Why we are be using this? Why I have to know? My dear friends, as a defensive driver, if I can able to understand the signs, so I can able to have a strategies when to slow, when to fasten, when to take left, when to right, and when to have a assessment what is going to come next. So it is going to be more useful for identification of my hazards, for identification of my hazards in the roads. For this purpose, these road signs are extremely important, extremely important. I will given you only the sample. Like this, there are n number of regulatory signs you have to know, where you have to park, where I should not park, whether it is a slow zone, whether it is going to be we have to maintain the speed, whether it is left turn is being provided, all these things, because a sign speaks more than the words. Next, coming to our road markings. Have you ever seen this? A lot of different types of lines in our roadside. What is the purpose of it? Some lines will be a broken lines, some lines will be a continuous lines. What is the purpose of it? What we are doing it? Road markings are very simple, my dear friends, to ensure the smooth traffic. Smooth traffic, we have been having a road markings. There are different types of road markings are there, starting from single broken line. What is single broken line? I hope you would have been on this single broken line in many of our cities at the roads. You would have been seeing this. This line would have been drawn in one side or two sides of the road. This broken line will give you that you can be able to overtake. You can able to overtake a vehicle. Whenever you have been seeing this broken line in your roadside, it indicates that you can able to overtake. Checking the vehicles, checking the speed of the vehicles, you can able to overtake. This broken lines is going to ensure you, yes, you can able to overtake it. But there is a next line which is being called a single continuous solid line. Single continuous solid line. This line is only drawn on two-way roads. It's not going to be drawn on one side road. It's going to be drawn on two sides road, either way. Okay, but both the way from approaching, and this way also the vehicle is going, which we will be calling it as a two-way road. So in this two-way roads, you can able to see this signs. Okay, this signs, the single continuous solid line is going to ensure, it's going to be used that you should not change the line. You should not change your line. You should not overtake. You are not supposed to overtake or change your line, because this continuous line is going to give you the indication that if you are going to change your line, that is going to be more dangerous. There is a opportunity for the opportunity. There is opportunity for the accident. So whenever you are going to see a continuous single continuous solid line, make sure that I should not overtake. The next line is continuous yellow line. So here this continuous yellow lines will be okay. It is going to be the more or less the same way which the previous line which we have been discussed on. This line is going to be just like whenever you are going to see this yellow line, overtaking is allowed. But when you are in your side, okay, the same way, okay, if you are being the left, you can able to overtake from the left. If you are in the right, yes, you can able to overtake from the right, but you should not be able to cross from this side to that side. And also, it is going to be this continuous yellow line will be implemented, will have been drawn in the areas where visibility is low. I think in the hillsides, in the hillsides, you can able to see this. The next one is double continuous yellow line. This double continuous yellow line is also called as a line of wall. We will be calling it as a line of wall. What this line of wall indicates? This line indicates there is no overtaking, there is no U-turn, there is no line change. Whenever you have been seen, my dear friends, my dear leaders who have been attending this session, kindly you can able to share the same thing with your employees. Our objective is zero accidents. Zero accident. This continuous line indicates is a very dangerous line. The approaching area, the road which you have been driving with this indicates is a very dangerous road. So there is no U-turn, there is no lane change, and you have to be more careful. You have to be more careful for this purpose. Okay, that is most important. The next one is broken yellow line. This broken yellow line is one of the line where you can able to take overtake. We can also able to take U-turn, but you are being going to be ensure, you have to ensure that whether the overtaking is safe at that moment. So this line marking is also is one of the most important thing, which ensure that how well you have been aware, how well you have been aware of all these things for taking a right decision. The next one is driving in the cities. Okay, what is driving in the cities? This is also have to ensure that whether I've been driving in the right path or right direction, right side of the road, whenever I've been traveling in the right speed. So generally, if you have been going to, you have been traveling in the right side of the road, that indicates that you have been moving in a fast speed. So if you have been approaching the left side, it indicates that I'm not driving in a fast speed, I've been approaching in a slow speed. So whenever you have been driving the cities, based on if you generally the two-wheelers will be occupying the left side, the other wheelers, four-wheelers will be using the right side to ensure that they have been driving speed. So whenever you are going to change a line, I will always tell in my sessions, my dear friends, whenever you have been going to drive in a four-wheeler, think about you have been driven two-wheeler also. Whenever you have been driving a two-wheeler, you think about how a bicycle person will feel whenever you are going to break the rules. So it's there should be empathy. Okay, so right today I may be driving in a four-wheeler. There may be a situation I will be going going a two-wheeler, or even I will be a pedestrian, or I may be going to drive in a bicycle. So all this is very important. The left and right spread, because most of the accidents, I'm not, this session, I want to ensure that a lot of positivity is being given to you at the starting of the year. That is the reason I'm not going to talk about anything regarding road accidents. Anything regarding road accident, I'm not going to talk, but I'm going to ensure that you are going to be the defensive drivers. What are the process of making you as a defensive driver? So whenever you are going to drive from the left side, it indicates that I am moving in a slow speed. Whenever you are going to move in a fast speed, kindly ensure that you have been moving in the right part of the road. Next, driving on the highways. You can even ask me, is driving in the cities and driving in the highways is different? Yes, of course, my dear friends, both are entirely different. Okay, both are entirely different because the highways have three lanes starting from slow, medium, and fast. The safest belt, we will be calling it as a middle belt. Oh, so there are three types of speed is being maintained in the highways. One is slow, one is medium, and next one is fast. Slow, medium, fast. So whenever I'll be going to talk slow, whenever I'll be going to talk slow, all the two-wheelers, all the four-wheelers, all the heavy vehicles will be okay. All the slow vehicles, two-wheelers, or it may be the medium vehicles, heavy vehicle. Next, the four-wheeler, the fast vehicles, they will be having the right side. The middle part, it will be covered by heavy vehicles. Okay, heavy vehicle carriages, they will be using the middle part. So this line, okay, whenever you are going to change a line, you have to be more careful and you have to know which lane you are supposed to be there. Next, most important procedure which we are going to care and which we are going to talk is about overtaking procedure. What is the overtaking procedures I have? Whenever you are being going to overtake, always ensure that you are going to see the right line. We are going to see the right line by the mirror, and you have to ensure that the right line is empty. Then you ensure that you have to indicate that you are going to switch over to that side and you are going to overtake the person in front of you. You are going to indicate, you are going to tell him that yes, I am going to change the line, I'm going to overtake you. But you have to ensure that you have to think here. I will always tell you that whenever you are going to overtake, whenever you are going to overtake in highways or cities, ensure that you are thinking in the person which you are going to overtake. Think about him. Don't think him that he will react the way which you are going to react. No, he may know or he may not know. So give him the space. We always will be talking in a terms of mind and body coordination, mind and body reaction. Kindly give him the space. Kindly give him the space. Kindly give him the time. Kindly give him the space such a way that your communication can be able to hit his brain and it is going to convert it into a moment. So you have to give that time, that cushioning time for him, so that overtaking always should be a smooth. It should be always should be in a smooth way. The next one for defensive driver is always 3S rule. Okay, 3-second rule. The safest distance. Many of us will be telling it 10 meter, 50 meter, 5 meter. Is it possible in the cities when we are going to travel? My dear friends, it is always possible in the city. So what we are going to do? Distance between two vehicle. Okay, distance between two vehicle should be of 3 seconds. So that ensure that you are following a safe speed. The vehicle from your vehicle and also a fixed position. If there is 3 seconds to cross that particular, okay, to cross that particular object, if it is having 3 seconds time, that ensure that yes, you are driving it in a safe distance, that you are going to ensure that. The next one is speed. My dear friends, whenever you are going to talk about speed, speed always kills. Speed is proportional to the square of the speed. The distance which you are going to talk, the distance is always proportional to square of the speed. What is exactly mean? What is exactly mean? Whenever you are going to drive with the speed of 40 kilometer, the distance, okay, the braking distance and braking distance in the wet and dry road, that is also the most important part. Whenever I am going to drive in a rainy season, I have to ensure that how it has been increased, how the braking distance, okay, how the braking distance has been increased. Now we are talking about speed. Whenever it is 40 kilometers per hour, the braking speed, you can able to see that how the braking speed varies. Whenever you have been going to above 100 degree, above 100 kilometers per hour, you can able to see that same vehicle whenever you have been applied the brake, okay, apply the brake, and what is the time it takes to stop the vehicle. So whenever the speed increases, the braking, okay, the braking distance is also increases. So the time to react also will reduce. To always ensure, okay, always ensure that yes, we have been going it in a right speed, and whenever you are going to drive in the rainy seasons, always ensure that whether I've been okay, whether I've been moving it in a right path or not. So with this, thank you for your participation. Once again, I thank INVIT Training Wing and also INVIT CSR part for taking these initiatives. And we, as a part of INVIT, we are planning to cover 50 plus schools in this to ensure that the road safety awareness have been taken. And also, as a safety officers, as a HR persons, as a welfare officers, it is our responsible also kindly cover at least 2 schools in your location to give the importance, to give the awareness among this road safety among our students. It is our responsibility that we are going to create a road which there is no accident at all. Let's create a society, let's give a very good society to our country that has nil zero road accidents. Thank you once again. Happy New Year. Thank you all.